Have you ever found yourself agreeing to a small request, only to be asked for something much bigger shortly after? This is the essence of the foot-in-the-door technique, a fascinating psychological strategy that plays a significant role in our decision-making processes. Essentially, it involves getting a person to agree to a modest initial request, which then paves the way for larger requests. This technique is not just a clever trick, it reveals a lot about human behavior and our tendency to comply with requests once we've already said yes to something smaller. Understanding the foot-in-the-door technique is crucial, as it highlights how our minds work when it comes to persuasion and influence. It's a powerful reminder of how our decisions can be swayed by seemingly innocuous requests. In this video, we'll dive deeper into the psychological implications of this technique, exploring why it's so effective and how it can be applied in various aspects of life, from marketing to personal relationships. So, stick around as we unravel the intricacies of this intriguing psychological phenomenon and discover how it shapes our everyday choices. The foot-in-the-door technique is a psychological strategy used to increase the likelihood of compliance with a larger request by first securing agreement to a smaller, related request. In psychological terms, it operates on the principle of consistency, where individuals strive to maintain a self-image of being helpful and agreeable. Once someone agrees to a minor request, they are more inclined to comply with subsequent larger requests, as they want to appear consistent in their behavior. This technique is rooted in the principles of compliance and persuasion, which highlight how our decisions can be influenced by social norms and the desire to maintain a positive self-image. For instance, a charity organization might first ask you to sign a petition supporting a cause. Once you agree, they may follow up with a request for a donation. Similarly, in sales, a salesperson might ask you to try a free sample before encouraging you to purchase a full-sized product. These real-life examples illustrate how the foot-in-the-door technique effectively leverages our psychological tendencies, making it a powerful tool in various contexts, from marketing to interpersonal relationships. The effectiveness of the foot-in-the-door technique can be largely attributed to two key psychological concepts: commitment and consistency. When individuals agree to a small request, they begin to see themselves as helpful or cooperative. This initial commitment creates a psychological pressure to remain consistent with that self-image, making them more likely to agree to larger requests later on. The principle of consistency is deeply rooted in human behavior. People generally prefer to act in ways that align with their previous actions and beliefs. For example, if someone agrees to a small favor such as signing a petition, they are more inclined to support a related cause later, like making a donation. This incremental approach effectively builds a sense of obligation and loyalty. Numerous studies have demonstrated these mechanisms in action. One classic experiment by Friedman and Fraser in 1966 showed that homeowners who initially agreed to a small request, placing a small sign in their yard, were significantly more likely to comply with a larger request for a bigger sign later. Such findings underscore how small commitments can lead to larger ones, revealing the powerful influence of the foot-in-the-door technique in shaping our decisions and behaviors. The foot-in-the-door technique is prevalent in various aspects of everyday life, often without us even realizing it. One common scenario is in sales. Imagine a salesperson who first asks you to try a free sample of a product. Once you agree and enjoy the sample, they may then encourage you to purchase the full-sized version. This gradual escalation from a small request to a larger one effectively increases the chances of a sale. Fundraising campaigns also frequently utilize this technique. For instance, a charity might start by asking you to sign a petition or share information about their cause. After you engage with the initial request, they are more likely to follow up with a request for a donation. This method not only builds a connection but also leverages your earlier commitment to encourage further support. In marketing strategies, companies often employ this technique through subscription trials. By offering a free trial period, they entice customers to commit to a small action, making it easier to convert them into paying customers later. As you reflect on your own experiences, consider times when you found yourself saying yes to a small request, only to be drawn into a larger commitment. Recognizing these moments can help you understand the subtle power of the foot-in-the-door technique in your daily interactions. Being aware of the foot-in-the-door technique can empower you to make more informed decisions. One of the first steps is to recognize when small requests are being made that may lead to larger commitments. For example, if someone asks you to participate in a brief survey, consider whether this might be a precursor to a more significant request, such as signing up for a service or making a donation. Self-awareness plays a crucial role in decision-making. By being mindful of your responses to initial requests, you can better assess whether you genuinely want to comply or if you're being subtly influenced. Ask yourself questions like, "Why did I agree to this?" Or, "What might they ask me next?" This critical thinking can help you evaluate the motivations behind the requests and your own willingness to comply. Additionally, pay attention to patterns in your interactions. If you notice that you frequently find yourself saying yes to small favors that escalate into larger commitments, it may be time to reassess how you respond. By cultivating this awareness, you can navigate social situations more effectively and maintain control over your choices, ensuring that your decisions align with your true intentions and values. The foot-in-the-door technique raises important ethical considerations that warrant careful examination. At its core, this technique walks a fine line between persuasion and manipulation. While it can be used to encourage positive behaviors such as charitable giving or community involvement, it can also lead to situations where individuals feel pressured into commitments they may not genuinely want to make. This raises questions about the morality of influencing others in such a manner. For the requester, employing this technique can lead to short-term gains, such as increased sales or donations. However, if the requestee feels manipulated or coerced, it can damage trust and relationships in the long run. On the other hand, for the requestee, agreeing to small requests can lead to feelings of obligation or regret, especially if they find themselves overwhelmed by larger commitments they never intended to accept. As viewers reflect on these implications, it's essential to consider their own ethical stance on using the foot-in-the-door technique. Is it acceptable to leverage psychological strategies for personal gain, or should we prioritize transparency and respect for others' autonomy? Engaging in this self-reflection can help foster more ethical interactions in both personal and professional contexts. In this video, we explored the intriguing foot-in-the-door technique, a psychological strategy that highlights how small requests can lead to larger commitments. We discussed the principles of commitment and consistency that underpin this technique, as well as real-life scenarios where it is commonly applied, from sales to fundraising. We also examined the ethical implications of using such persuasive tactics, emphasizing the fine line between influence and manipulation. Being aware of the foot-in-the-door technique is crucial for making informed decisions in our daily lives. By recognizing when we are being subjected to this strategy, we can better navigate social interactions and maintain control over our commitments. If you found this discussion insightful, we encourage you to engage with our content. Please subscribe to our channel for more videos on psychology and human behavior. Like this video if you enjoyed it, and share it with friends who might benefit from understanding these persuasive techniques. Your support helps us create more valuable content that empowers viewers to think critically about the influences in their lives. Thank you for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in our next video.